What's up, guys? This is Silent Jordan here, and we are back once again with some more gaming news to discuss today. In today's news, we are going to be talking about Darksiders 3. That's right, guys, we have some more information regarding Darksiders 3 once again, and I'm pretty darn happy about this. Why exactly? Well, as you guys already can tell, we've been getting a lot of Darksiders 3 news. We've been getting a lot of information, a lot more details on the gameplay, and of course, we've been seeing a lot more characters and enemies that we're going to be facing in the game. As you guys can clearly see from the gameplay we have right here, we see our first look at the female version of the Watcher, as well as we see another physical manifestation of the 7 deadly sins, aka Wrath. That's right, guys, we have our first look at Wrath, as you guys can see, and he is one of the 7 deadly sins. Wrath pretty much represents everything along the lines of fury, rage, anger, frustration, ferocity, just everything along those lines. And as you guys can clearly see from his gameplay and just looking at his appearance, he has all this fire to him. He has all this anger and brute force to all of his attacks, and you guys can clearly see it right here, as every time he strikes a move or every time he engages onto fury, he just swings with brute force without really thinking. So that's pretty much the type of sin he is. He represents the whole entire anguish persona, if you guys get what I'm saying, and that's going to be really interesting to fight, because that completely revolves around his combat. And I'm really interested in this because as we see the other 7 deadly sins, we get to see the other types of combat and what type of, you know, puzzle or just what type of fighting mechanics that we're going to be engaging with them. And that's what makes it very interesting for me. As you guys can clearly see, we saw Sloth before, and Sloth is actually one of the other 7 deadly sins. Sloth represents laziness, and as we saw his gameplay when Fury was fighting him, he pretty much had all of his minions doing the dirty work for him while he was sitting up on a chair barely attacking, and that pretty much represents laziness to its full form right here. So that's what I'm really liking about Darksiders 3 so far. You're looking at these 7 physical manifestations of the 7 deadly sins, and I'm really interested on what the other 7 deadly sins will be like. Well, not other 7, the other 5, since we actually see 2 already. And the other 5, as you guys already know, or for those who do not know, we've seen Wrath and Sloth, but of course we haven't seen Envy. Envy is right here. We also haven't seen Greed, Gluttony, and Lust. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these other 7 deadly sins turn out. Now, I have a feeling Lust may be a woman because, you know, I feel like that will really play in terms of sexuality and everything along those lines. So I feel like Lust will definitely be a female. Gluttony is pretty much being greedy over consumption, so it's probably going to be a fat, greasy boss, if you guys get what I'm saying. Greed, I'm not so sure. Probably like a thief or something like that. Somebody you have to chase. And Envy, that has something to do with jealousy, so I'm not so sure on how that's going to be turned out in this game. Perhaps you guys may know, so you know, if you guys do have a suggestion or a thought, please feel free to leave a comment down below, because I love to have a nice discussion with you guys. But these are the 7 deadly sins right here. Envy, oh, can't forget Pride, my bad, right here. Pride, I can see it being some macho individual, somebody who is very confident within themselves, so I can definitely see that being a male archetype in the Darksiders 3 game, or perhaps a female, who knows, but that's just what I'm guessing. But we've seen all the 7 deadly sins, not yet in the game, but we've seen 2 of them. But I'm really looking forward to the other physical manifestations. You know, we've seen Sloth and Wrath, and now we're gonna have Pride, Envy, Greed, Gluttony, Lust, and yeah, that's actually all of them. So yeah, I'm really interested on what they're going to be, you know, showing off with these characters, especially the 7 deadly sins, because we are going to be fighting them, and the plot of the game revolves around them. As you guys already know, we have to capture or kill them since they were released out into the wild and all of that. So I'm really happy about that. Wrath, he looks pretty cool. He's pretty much your fire boss. The gameplay wise, he looks a bit weak actually, so I hope they tune up the difficulty, or perhaps this is on easy difficulty. I'm not so sure, but so far I'm liking his appearance. I'm just hoping that he's not as easy as it is in this video right now. So yeah, anyways though, guys, that's pretty much all I really have to say for today's video. I just want to give you guys our first look at Wrath. He looks pretty darn awesome, and his gameplay looks pretty cool. I'm just hoping the difficulty is a bit, you know, turned up a bit in the actual final product. But That's all I have to say for today's video. Once more, this is Sam Jordan here, guys. Peace, late, and be sure to leave your thoughts down below to have a nice discussion. I'll also leave my Twitter link inside the description, so feel free to follow. It will be deeply appreciated, and I'll be extremely thankful for that as well. That being said, once again, I'm out, guys, and have a lovely, awesome, splendid day, and I'll see you guys in the next Darksiders video.